Okay. Hey everybody, this is Zack Rosen from The New Gay. We're in DC with someone pretty exciting. That, of course, would be Margaret Cho. How are you doing, Margaret?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Oh, good. And you're coming in from Boston?
Yes.
Okay. Are you getting sick of buses yet?
Oh no, I love the bus so much. It's really, because this is actually the first tour that I've had my own bus. I've toured with bands before, and I've shared theirs, which is also great. But it's quite spectacular to be the queen of your own bus. It's really Priscilla, queen of the desert.
Of the bus, yeah.
And of the bus.
It's a nice bus, too.
Yes.
What's this show? What's kind of the theme of this show? Just for people that might not have had a chance to see it yet.
This show, there's a lot about gay rights. It's a lot about being kind of a fish out of water. I've been living in Peachtree City, Georgia for the last couple of years, which is a very conservative...
That I did not know.
Yeah, it's a very conservative area of the country. And so talking about that, talking about sexuality, a couple songs in there, some jokes about Dancing with the Stars, which I was on, so...
Which we'd expect.
A lot of different things.
Okay. And what was it? I noticed that your kind of list of collaborators in your last album was like a Pitchfork Wet Dream.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how was, why did you decide to work with all these kind of indie stars, maybe as opposed to other comedy? Like Carl Newman, for instance, Andrew Bird, Tegan and Sarah.
All these people I love, yeah. They're all musicians that I'm a fan of. This is the music that I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I turn to the people that I listen to make music.
Mm-hmm.
I am limited in my ability as a composer, but I know my strength is my phenomenal taste.
Right, exactly. Like, oh my God, there's another gay person in the world that knows Carl Newman.
Yes.
I'm not the only queer that likes Carl Newman.
He's such a great guy, too.
How did that go?
I love that band. Well, that is one of my favorite bands in the world.
Yeah.
And also, Carl's solo music is some of the greatest pop music that the world's
Agreed.
ever heard.
Yeah.
He's a genius in terms of the way that he writes and lyrically, and also his voice and the way he plays. I mean, he just the way that he puts music together, I think, is so phenomenal. And he's my friend too, so
oh, nice.
I just I really love working with him, and I hope to do more. And I love the band.
What's your favorite New Pornographer song? Just out of curiosity.
Moves, I think.
Nice, the new one.
From the new record. I mean, I also love My Shepherd from the new record.
Yeah.
Which is a little similar to another song that I wrote. Well, that I wrote with him called Your Dick, which is a similar kind of very beautiful, very orchestral, very grand, very lushly produced song. So.
You like the Hidden Cameras?
I don't know that is.
They're a Canadian band that does really pretty songs about like golden showers and fucking. You should check them out.
I need to hear
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Just so people don't kill me for only talking about music. Any crazy sex lately we should know about? This is what the people want.
I'm sure there's always something.
Yeah.
No, well, I've been really busy. Like, I've been super, I've been kind of absent. I've been real Lady Gaga lately, real absent.
Okay.
Because I gotta, I kind of haven't really stopped moving for such a long time, because I went right from the album to working on a new season of Drop Dead Diva to Dancing with the Stars to the tour. So it's kind of like everything just happens.
Has it grown over yet?
Almost.
Okay, don't let it grow over,
yeah.
people. Cool. Well, that's just to get it out of the way. Those are the basics. We can get fun now. First off, you're probably, I think, you're one of the closest people who actually kind of divides, or rather obliterates the divide between performer and activist right now, especially at the time we need activists this much.
Well, to me, it goes hand in hand because my identity is so rooted in activism. I'm queer, I'm a woman of color, I'm very progressive politically, and this is about my work. Like, this is all relating to my activism. So it makes sense, I grew up cradled within the gay community. I came up in the 80s and 90s, and I worked a lot as an AIDS activist during that period of time when I was super young. So it's something that I grew up with, and I knew that I would always do. So it's just inherent in who I am.
Okay. It's funny too, because it's jarring to know you in that context and see you on Dancing with the Stars is such a such a big divide.
I was also doing my own activism on Dancing with the Stars too. Like, I had a whole gay pride dance, and it was all about making this conscious outreach to end gay teen suicide, which I think it's one thing to dance, but it's another thing to have the world watching you, and just to say I'm proud to be gay. Like, that's beautiful.
Right, I'm on TV and I'm gay. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. Like, it's just a gay person on TV.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, I think people always really appreciate that, as you're always visible, no matter
Yes.
where you are.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons you have such a devoted fan base, too, is the idea... I agree with you, there's really just no such thing as normal. Like, the more we can kind of obliterate what's normal, the less people will matter.
Yes.
Yeah, so what are your
Yes.
feelings on normalcy?
Well, I think normalcy doesn't exist. I mean, I think it's just this idea of a status quo that keeps you from really achieving something or saying something or doing something. It keeps you down. It keeps you from being really exceptional. This idea that we have to adhere to normalcy, which really is an untruth.
Right, because no one's really normal, and everyone just tries. Normal usually ends up being, like, the buttoned-up guy in the suit that
Yeah.
only has missionary and...
Yeah, but
drinks-
there's something else going on, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, to me, I think what's really normal is to be out about everything, to be super out about
Yeah.
whatever you feel, whatever you do. To me, the human experience is so interesting and varied, and we have a lot to learn from each other, and also we have a lot to learn in that we're all the same.
Right. Especially with all the tragedies that have been happening, I think in general, but even now, like, it always splits people into two camps, which is one, gay people are normal and they're grown up to be fine just like everyone else. The second is gay people, no one's just like everybody else, and they just should be able to grow up and do their own thing. I mean, do you think there's space for both?
I think there's definitely space for both. There's definitely space for both, but it's important to acknowledge people's individuality and it's just yeah. I think everybody is really the same, but then everybody's really different. It's really an interesting contrast.
Right. For instance, you're married, aren't you?
I am married.
To a man, yeah.
Yes.
But I think most people find that so surprising because your show is so much like sex, fisting,
Yes.
pussy eating, and then you
Well,
have the
it's
husband
very
at home.
conventional, but at the same time, like I was not a virgin when I got married, and I,
Yeah.
you know, like to me that you know I've had such a wealth of sexual experience and no problem sharing that.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't violate my relationship, and also being married in this kind of straight marriage does not make me any less queer.
Right.
So I'm always going to be queer.
I sometimes find that, like, I can get around the slut label because I have a boyfriend, same thing.
Uh-huh,
Do you think people would be less kind to you? It's like people stopped liking Howard Stern when he divorced his wife.
Uh-huh.
Because then he was just some guy swearing on the radio
Right,
versus, like, a nice
right.
family man. Yeah, how much do you think your husband affords you some shelter?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that there is an element of that, but then I'm also so outspoken about my activism and outspoken about sexual freedom and kind of sexual autonomy. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an interesting point.
Yeah. Last time I talked to you when I was at the Blade, you actually told me you thought Sarah Palin was the worst thing to have happened to America since 9/11.
Yeah, but
Which
now
I thought
think
was
it's
awesome.
I think it's Christine O'Donnell.
Oh, Christine
running
O'Donnell.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, but like this is why I love that the Palins aren't Dancing with the Stars, because then they're not out there public speaking. They're
Right,
not out there-
exactly.
They're not spreading their you know, that's like so great, and I'm hoping that they'll draw Christine O'Donnell in so she can do all next season of dancing only to Stevie Nicks songs.
Oh, that would be great. And, like,
Wouldn't
flowing
that- all
garments.
witchy, real
Yes.
witchy. Wouldn't that be fierce?
That
That'd be
would
so
be.
fierce.
What would Sarah Palin dance to then? Pat Benatar?
Maybe some Pat Benatar. So hit me with your best shot. I think
Yeah.
that'd be amazing. She should do it.
She should be
I'd love to see
Heartbreaker.
her. Yeah. Oh, that'd be so amazing.
You could tell one person to fuck off right now. Who would it be?
Oh, there's so many people. We want to say the usual suspects, like Rush Limbaugh, like Glenn Beck,
Right.
but, like Christine O'Donnell,
Or Helen Keller. Just
yeah.
joking.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Tell her fuck off. Okay, awesome. And, you know what? Let's just cut this off. I think this is pretty good. So thanks, Margaret Cho, everybody.